The major thing that Michael and I were talking about over dinner is parties. And Michael is like me. He's like a machine gun. He just goes off. So what I'd love for you to do while you're here is just to absolutely go off on like the rules of parties, how to make them good, how to make sure that here's the big thing, okay? Right now you're going out and you're meeting people and you're probably going, let's go for coffee or let's go here or let's go there, which is great. Look, many people have had a lot of success inviting somebody out for coffee, okay? It's not that it doesn't work, but that's going to work. If that works this much of the time, having a cultivated web that you can invite someone into an entire ecosystem works like this amount of the time or this amount of the time or whatever, okay? So it's not that you need to have built an entire ecosystem to invite somebody into, to go out on a night in South Beach or go out on a night in Vegas and have success, but you could increase your chances exponentially when you do this. Let's roll.
Awesome. So I'm going to go over a couple of things. Tristan, remind me if I forget any of this. So the first things, we're going to go over the first 4 steps, okay, that we do. Then we're going to go over the 4 or the 3 reasons why you need to have female teammates. This is probably the most controversial thing I teach, is men and women being friends. We're going to go over the pitfalls.
That's a joke said subtly, by
the way. We're going to go over the pitfalls, the 3 things we talked about at dinner, the 3 pitfalls, the ways you'll get yourself in trouble. And then we're actually going to go over the 6 different event types, okay? So just remind me if I forget any of these. So the first thing is the first 4 steps. It's really important. Step number 1, it's very basic, but it's hard, and you really can't go anywhere else until you do step number 1. And step number 1 is you have to fix your fucking Instagram. You have to. There's no way around it. It's like somebody coming to your office. Let's say you're an attorney. They come to your office and it's missing a wall, or there's no couch, there's no chair for them to sit on, or there's no desk in front of the attorney. It looks incomplete. Your Instagram, 95% of you are watching this. Your Instagram looks terrible. Absolutely. You have blurry pictures. Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. When guys come to my program, they literally, before they can even show me their Instagram, they have to go out and take a certain number of pictures. So we teach you how many pictures we want. At a minimum on your grid, we want 15 to 18 pictures, somewhere in that area. Maybe 30 is totally fine. And then we also teach you how to use Reels in order to generate to grow as far as interactions are concerned. But your Instagram needs to show this. It needs to show relevancy. You need to write this down, guys. It shows relevancy, competency, high status, and access to scarce resources. The picture of you with your dogs or you with your family goes on Facebook. Facebook is a collection of memories. Instagram is for status. If anyone tells you anything else, they're lying to you. It's for status. So if you want to understand, if you want to show status, remember, relevancy, are you relevant? Are you the overweight fat dude who doesn't know how to dress? You're not relevant anymore, okay? You don't know how to type. I don't know how to share a video on here. People who try to, whenever you try to stunt to let people know how bad you are with technology, you look stupid. That's not a flex. Showing people you don't know how to use your phone is not a flex, okay? You look dumb. You look irrelevant. Young, attractive women think you're stupid. They're not attracted to you. So number 1, you want to look relevant. Number 2, you want to look competent. This is the part where I've seen the top real estate agent, the top attorney, the top plastic surgeon in my city. He gets so much attention from women, not because his job is sexy. Well, plastic surgeon he is, but not because his job is sexy, but because he's competent. She knows that if I'm with a competent man, that things are going to get taken care of. So there's attraction there, right? Also competency when you go out. Do you know where to go, where to park? Like when you go to dinner, what to order? When you go to the nightclub, are you waiting in line forever or do you get to skip the line? That's competency. Ready? High status. How do you show high status? You show high status through pre-selection, mate choice copying. So are there women that like you in your, that are showing compliance in your photos? And do you show that other people are liking your photos? That shows a higher status. So for instance, not how many followers you have, but which followers have. If you post a picture with 6 girls, do all 6 girls follow you? This would be a way for you to show higher status. And then pre-selection is another one. Do you show, the last one is access to scarce resources. Do you have the ability to get to places and to go to places other people can't get? A lot of people hear access to scarce resources and they think money. It's not money. It's like, do you know most, like what is like 80% of people in the United States don't have a passport? Something like that. Do you go to cool places, take photos? It could be bungee jumping. It could be jumping out of an airplane. It could be standing at the Valley of Fire just north of Las Vegas. Yeah, there's places that you travel. I know a lot of you are like, wait, travel? I can go to those places for free. Yet 99% of people never go to those places. The vast majority of people you've ever met have never seen the Grand Canyon. It's like access to scarce resources. For me, it's like I'm going on Skrill. I'm taking 40 girls on stage at XS on September 1st to see Skrillex. That's access to scarce resources, because as soon as I walk up, we're going to skip the line, we're going to go on stage. That doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be a nightclub. It's just some scarce thing that they can't get to. There was a guy I knew back in Vegas. He used to be the guy who write, you know, the artist wristbands, they say artists on them. And you can give them to girls, and then the girls get to go up in the DJ booth. This guy slept with so many models, it was crazy. Only because he gave girls access to get on stage, okay? So it's relevancy. Are you still relevant? Are you overweight? Like, for instance, the fat old guy, the young girl's like, that guy can't fuck me, right? I'm not gonna go out with him. So relevancy, competency. People say social intelligence. Competency is another thing. Are you competent? Higher status, right? Do you do things that are higher status or lower status on your page? And access to scarce resources. Those are the things you want to show on your Instagram. So that's step one. Fix your Instagram.
Well, let me add to this too. I'm going to be putting out. So I'll be putting out a video this upcoming week, which is me doing networking. Okay. Do we have that little Osmo here? I'll show them what we use for it actually. So I use this little camera called a DJI Osmo. If you happen to see the Ibrahim just grabbing it. I'm kind of stalling it as he grabs it. If you happen to see that Hawaii video that I put out, and I shot like my family vacation, thanks, bro. It was with this little thing here, okay? So this is like a new little toy that I purchased for like a couple $100. And basically, it's not that different from your iPhone, but basically it's a gimbal, okay? Michael's probably gonna grab one too. I was showing it to him. So basically, I took out the Osmo, and I literally just have this out. And I'm just networking, okay? And here's what you'll see me do. So I came with my 3 friends. I came with Maria Tuliva, Masha, and Embry. And they're 3 great female friends of mine, and they're beautiful inside and out. And so, you know, we go to Ty Lopez's, and what happens is I'm not there so much to meet women. I'm there because I want to do business, okay? So part of how I can afford to do a free tour, because that ain't cheap, I lose about anywhere from, you know, on the low end, maybe 20,000. On the high end, I could lose up to 100,000 to do a free tour. Well, what pays the bills for that? The main thing that pays the bills for that is high-end one-on-one clients. Well, where am I going to meet high-end one-on-one clients? It's going to be a lot of Ty's guy friends. So when I walk in there with Masha, with Embry, with Maria, who are amazing women, by the way, they're the coolest women you ever meet, then what winds up happening is that the guys see that. And so then what I do is I go to the guys and I say, oh, you should meet her. Here, meet my friend. Now, the guys can't fucking believe it, right? They're like, I can't believe I thought, because these guys are nerds, right? Guys with money are usually nerds. They're like, I can't believe today. Man, I'm so glad I came here. Okay, and you'll see all this in the video coming up, okay? And then what I do is then I make that introduction. And then what happens is that other guys see that, so now they want to come over to our group. Now, what do you think happens when all these rich guys are talking to me? Well, also women see that too. So the more women will come over. You'll see all this in the video. It's really simple stuff. It's not even complicated. So women come over, right? Well, then now more guys want to come over. And now what you do is you start creating a little hub where you are. And then what winds up happening is you wind up meeting every single guy who you might want to do business with in that entire venue. You're also meeting different people who run different events. So I wound up meeting somebody, funny enough, who is running this event, which is at the Guggenheim Mansion. So if you ever heard of the Guggenheim in New York, which is a museum, well, the people that own that museum is the Guggenheim family, and they also have this crazy mansion that's stacked. So then I wind up just transferring up there. And then I've got a bunch of celebrity friends up there, and you'll see this in the video, and I've got and I'm talking to all these rich guys there. So it's really about just generally networking. And like, what would you rather do? Would you rather be some like nerd loser who just walks out, super shit scared, and this is where we all start, but do you want to get stuck here? This is where we all start, and just shit scared, and then you just walk up to people, you're shit fucking scared, you don't know anybody, and then you're broke? Or do you want to be rich and then basically just have some cool female friends that are like absolutely love you, go in there, every girl wants to talk to you and they're opening you, every rich guy wants to do business with you, and then you get invited to better parties and you're rich and you just get invited everywhere. And I know that when you're hearing me say this, that sounds impossible, but part of why I made the video, just like, and it's not even very well recorded or anything, it's just like on this stupid ass little Osmo, and I kind of just did it like this, and I'm not even good at using the Osmo, so like the face tracking was kind of fucked up, and I was just kind of showing. But that's what I'm saying here is like, there is a way to go about doing this where you get paid to do it. So if I'm gonna go out, I want to get paid to do it. I want to make deals to do it. I want to know people. Now, look, you can toss me out in Miami, South Beach, in New York, where I don't know anybody, and you're going to watch me tear it up. Okay, I've known how to do that since 2002. You'll see me tear up. I don't need to know anybody. You can take away everything from me from scratch. I can do it. But we don't need to be limited just to there. That is a base level skill set that everybody needs to cultivate. But there's also things that you can layer on top of that skill set. Now, this is another thing that really pissed me off, by the way. So ever since 2017, I've been telling people, stop using text messages, use Instagram. And people are so dense and dumb that they think that I'm saying that you can't go meet someone on the street and that you should just DM people now.
Yeah.
You should never talk to someone on the street again. Just go DM people. They're like, Instagram, are you saying I can't meet someone on the street? I have to mass DM them? I'm like, no, I didn't say that. I said use Instagram as an alternative for text. And they can't hear it. So it's weird, but like even in me saying this, that there's other layers that you can layer on top of meeting people, all the people will hear is, oh, I can't go meet people anymore, and like I don't have friends now, so I can't do this. Yeah. Both are good. Go have fun with them, but you can continue to layer on top of it. That's all that I'm saying. So that's what it is that we're here to show you.
Okay. That's a perfect segue to what step number 2 is. So what he's talking about was networking with a bunch of different people. So what I recommend this step number 2 is you guys are all going to need to find what I recommend you do is 2,000 female influencers that you would want to come to your party. They don't have to be like wife material, just hot enough to come to one of your events. And about 200 male guys that if you had a podcast, hypothetically, you would want these guys on your podcast, right? And they could be anywhere from like athletes to just people that are really, really good at networking or people who are really good at business. So you want 2,000, because I usually think it's about 10 to 1 female to male. You want about 2,000 women and about 200 guys. You say, well, how do I make these lists? It's pretty easy. You can actually hire a VA to do this for like $5 an hour. They can go through, you can show them what type of girls you like. What you're gonna do is whatever city you're in, you're gonna find the best venues you can, the best photographers you can, and the best nightclubs you can, and then you're going to look at which girls that those places follow, and you're going to see a bunch of girls. Then you're going to look at which photographers they follow. You're going to find the best photographer. You're going to see all the girls he follows, and very quickly you'll be surprised. In a couple of months, you can get about to 1,000. And then later on 2,000, and then also other guys in your city. In Men of Action, we all share our list. So we all share a large Los Angeles list that has about 7,000 girls on it. We have a list with about 3,000 girls in Las Vegas. Different cities, we have different, and these girls have to be like above a certain standard in order for us to have them on a list. So step number 2 is to build your list, right? Step number 3, this is really important, is you want to get as many open threads as you can. Now, you can get open threads from a couple of different ways. What you talked about was going up to strangers and talking to them. So you can do what we call is cold approach to build a social circle. You can go up to individuals and you talk to them, and I often invite them to an event. So I'm going to invite them to an event. This is the part that blows people's mind. Some people are going to hear this and they're not going to hear what I'm saying. They're going to think what I'm saying isn't true. It is true. I'll bet you any amount of money this will work. I invite girls in Hungary to parties in Los Angeles that they can't go to. And the women write me back and say, thank you. Hold on now. These girls who won't respond to you, who leave you in the request folder when you write them, remember my Instagram is also fixed. Step number 1. I will invite girls who live in the Czech Republic to fucking parties in Seattle, and I'm not even going to the party, and the girl will write me back and say, thank you. You invite people to cool events. So for me, the cool ones are all the Babes in Toyland events, all the Teatro events, all the Maxim events, all the FHM parties, all those different parties. I would even, this is a crazy part. You're gonna have a party here on Friday or Saturday, I forgot what day you're gonna have it on. When you have your party, I would invite girls that have no chance of coming and show them irrefutable visual evidence in the invite. I also teach you guys how to do invites. The real trick is more evidence, fewer words. Women respond to evidence, like visual evidence. Long paragraphs explaining how cool your party is are only losers would do that. Leonardo DiCaprio is not going to write a long paragraph to get a girl to come over. He's going to be like, hey, sup, come over. High value people write short messages to get people to come to their parties, but they show 1 or 2 photos of irrefutable status that get people to show up. And I teach people how to do that. And by the way, I don't give a fuck if you guys fake it. In fact, in Men of Action, often we share each other's IVE with one another before we invite people to a party. So, like I said,
it's not genuine.
Yeah, that's right. So number 1, we can go up to individuals and then we can, like, you'll go up and talk to a girl and be like, oh, it's great to meet you, blah, blah. My favorite one, my all-time favorite is, hey, we're hosting a $130,000 bikini competition at What Republic this summer. Would you like to compete, or do you know someone who'd like to compete? The girl's like, fuck yes. Or at least she's like This guy knows someone who has a $130,000 bikini competition, or would you like to go on stage at the Maxim party? Now, people are sitting there watching this like, I don't have access to the Maxim party. Yes, you do. I will put every girl you send me on the Maxim party, or Tristan will, or anybody else in Men of Action. We have access to all these guest lists for all these parties. And so again, you can invite girls. This again, people are gonna sit there and talk shit and tell me this isn't true. I swear I will bet you any amount of money this is super effective if you do this. You can invite girls to parties they can't go to, and you can invite girls to parties you can't even get into. And the girl will tell you thank you, and you'll have an open thread with a girl with 8 million followers. And you'll be like, what the fuck? How does this work? So now first, remember, you fixed your Instagram. Number 2, you built your list. Your list is huge. Now it's gonna take you a while to get through your list because remember, you can't mass DM girls on Instagram. You can only do like 8, 10 an hour. So that's why you'd have a VA help you with this. And then third, you get as many open threads as possible. And then number 4 is the one you just talked about. You need 6 female friends. And the reason why I picked 6 is because in Vegas, you need 5 girls to get a comp. And I just say one more than that. And also 6 looks really good in a photo. 3 girls on each side looks really good in a photo. You need to go to places with 6 female friends. 3 reasons why you want female friends. This was super controversial. I've been saying this I got videos of me saying this in 2008 to have female friends. I was called all kinds of fucking names by people in the pickup industry and the red pill industry for saying this. There's 3 reasons why you want to have female teammates. Ready? Reason number 1 is they get you in everywhere. There's a reason. You remember when I went to the Playboy Mansion? I came to your house that one time and you gave me that Mark III and I took it to the Playboy Mansion. How did I get in? Because I knew women. Women got me into the Playboy. That's a $2,000 ticket. Women got me in there for free. So women will get you into cool places. Okay? Women will calibrate you. You've been around enough beautiful women that if I bring you around another beautiful woman, your pupils don't dilate, your palms don't get sweaty, and your voice doesn't crack because you're around beautiful women all the time. So that's the second reason to have female friends. And the third reason, this is the most important one, dudes who are good with women know this is true. If you guys talk to a dude who's runs a strip club, manages a bunch of girls at cocktail waitresses, works in nightlife, or is a pimp, you ask them this question, they're gonna tell you, women introduce you to other women. That is the game changer. That's the killer. That's the thing. Like, if you know all the hot girls in your city and they introduce you to other hot girls, you can't. It's not that you can't. It's not that you won't do cold approach. You can't do cold approach because there's no hot girls that don't know who you are.
And by the way,
click the link in the description and I'll send you an exclusive invite to my elite networking community where you can learn to date high quality women today.